You're being obnoxious. Yeah. You're gonna break my selfie stick. Oh, don't drink more puddle water. We'll be back home soon. Good day, my foam shoes friends. We have another unboxing here. As you can tell by the labeling on the package, Xenon. If you are a tennis player or apparently pickleball player, you might be familiar with the Xenon paddles. They make tennis paddles and pickleball paddles. And they also make a slide. I stumbled across this on YouTube. There's some podiatrist, some foot doctor who made a slide with Xenon. It is called the Xen Slide. I will read the sales pitch momentarily once I get it out of the box, and it mentions the YouTube foot doctor. So these are $59, I believe, at retail. I paid retail for them. They said to size up for a more custom fit. I think the top strap is rather tight from the description, and they recommend a break-in period. So I will probably film this video in a couple different parts to try to give it a fair shake. We'll do the initial unboxing impressions, and then I'll wear this for like a week, and then I will do a follow-up addition to the video. To allow for break-in time, and just to incorporate that information too in the video. So I went with the 12 and I got the blue one. They only had 3 colors. They had like a black with like a gray insole, and then I think they had like a gray with a white insole, and then there was all blue ones. So I figured I would go with the blue because I like color. Foot Dr. Zach. Okay, so maybe we don't have to read on the website. We'll see what Foot Dr. Zach says. Thank you for purchasing your Xen by Xenon, designed in collaboration with a board-certified podiatrist. We hope you'll love the comfort, the comfort. You'll love the comfort and support of the Xen. Pronounced Zen, but you can't spell comfort right, sorry. After a long workout or for casual daily use. Sorry, it would help if I could read. Please note, the Xen are designed for long-term comfort. There might be a squeaky noise for the first 30 minutes after you first try them, and they will be fully broken in within a week of use. The strap is designed to mold to your foot, so break-in with a sock will aid that initially. Okay. Ooh, they look nice. There's apparently a shank in here, like a diagonal shank. I watched the video on it. Foot Dr. Zach. They are made in China. Foot Dr. Zach was talking about the shank. So it's supposed to have some good spring retention to it. If you've ever seen the videos where they like launch the sandals and the shoes up into the air, I think they're selling some sort of like shank insert or something. That's what it made me think of. All right, let me, I will still read what it says on the website, so let me prop these up for a nice little viewage while we read a little bit more, and then I'll check them out in hand. All right, the stack foam midsole with rubberized EVA and TPEE provides a sweet spot with shock absorption and energy return. A carbon fiber plate designed with the columns of the human foot sandwiched in the slide makes it one of the only slides that moves with you as you walk. Convex dorsal strap allows toe splay while maintaining secure fit. Okay, says the Xen is made to be an incredibly comfortable slide both for sports recovery, around the house use, and all day use. Okay, and the rest is whatever was said on the insert as well. All right, let's take a look at them. The design seems a little basic. I'm just looking at like this window here. Let me get the camera back up a little more. Just this window. This is very crude cut. It's not beveled at all. It's very sharp edge right there. It seems to be an accent of this. I don't know if they're just showing off the insole with that window cut. But just the design is very kind of basic. We got a little air hole here. There's a little air hole there, but I don't know if it goes all the way through. Oh yeah, it does. You can see right there, a little window. Those make me think of like vents, how it's like cut in towards the front. If it like pulls in air on the side there, that's kind of neat. They're very small though. I feel like they could have done more of that on this top dorsal strap here. One thing that was interesting was the shape of the toe on this. I was looking in the video, it looked kind of, I don't know, unique, I guess you could say. It kind of goes along with the basic design. How it's squared off right there. It doesn't seem very refined visually and aesthetically, just in terms of the design. But that might not be that important once it gets on foot, if it's super comfortable, you know? It feels very squishy. And that's kind of like an X-Man ripoff, it seems. But we've got a little bit of a wave pattern too on the insole. So visually, they're kind of basic. They're a little crude. I just feel like they should have maybe given it another go in terms of the design, like how else they could have refined it a little more. Like this edge here is very crude, very straight. So just, they're not really speaking to me aesthetically and visually, but hey, that might not matter if they're extremely comfortable. And then we've got the Xenon on the side, the Xen Slide. And the tread is okay. I think it's kind of mimicking the natural patterns of the foot, I think they had said in the video. Dr. Zach. So the outer shell is rather firm, so that's something that they should hold up pretty well over time. I don't know how much these are going to get worn. We'll see how comfortable they are. But all right, quick addition to the video I noticed as I was editing it, and I didn't really show the ergonomics of the footbed. So the ergos are pretty good. I'm a big fan of them. You can see the arch support there in the middle where the shadow's kind of casting. There's a little bit of a dip where the ball of the foot is, and the toes as well. But one thing about the ergos on this is it's not overly aggressive. The heel rise isn't too aggressive, and there's a good amount of squish too that happens like within the ergos. So like your foot kind of dips down a little more where the ergos dip down to, just because of the squish. And when that happens, the arch becomes a little more prominent, but it's not overly aggressive. So just an addition there to this already super long video, but all right, they don't look super big, which is good. After the last ones I just wore, the whales, those were massive. So the sizing should be okay. That strap does look like it's rather low, just compared to like this infinity slide here. So they might be a little tight initially going on the foot. But like I said, I'll give this slide some time to break in. Okay, yeah, going up is probably the better way to go, because this is pretty exact with the fit of my foot. That top strap doesn't seem too tight. It is a little bit. It seems a little tighter on the right than it is the left. I got a little more. I have some pressure right here on this strap versus this one. It's a little more naturally fitting, where this feels a little tighter. Like on the back here, it feels like it's it's tightened down a little more. It's a little more taut right here than it is on this one. It seems like we got a little more space towards the front though. So, and then the way this is cut directly across, it just doesn't seem like it was very well refined. Like, just look in comparison to the Infinity slide, how this is a nice oval shape here, and then on this it's just a straight. We've almost got like a 90-degree angle in the corner here. It's just not refined, just from a design perspective. So, all right, but they feel pretty squishy underfoot though. They feel rather soft underfoot. Try to get a little more center focused here. So you can see where I was talking about. Just how squared off that corner is right there. And how this front toe section is squared off. Like, I feel like they just stopped halfway through the design. So that's just my criticisms initially. It seems to be primarily aesthetically. But just this strap, this feels a little crude of a strap too. So we'll give it time to break in. It should form to the foot a little more. I'm not very impressed. These feel like a Walmart slide or something initially. They don't feel like a podiatrist design athletic slide. So, all right, let's do a little walking. They are pretty squishy though. I give them that much. They're rather squishy. So, they're not very wide. They're wide enough for my feet, but I can show you from the top down. There's not a lot of extra room between that outer edge and my toes. Like, just putting my weight down as my toes kind of flay out, like it's barely still within the width of the insole. So I mean, they're wide enough for my feet, but I have moderately narrow feet, except for my toes. My toes are a little wider, but the rest of my foot is pretty standard, pretty moderate in terms of its width. So if you have very wide feet, these might be a little too narrow for you. That might be resolved by just going up a little more. These aren't too bad. I'm digging the comfort. They do feel a little responsive on foot. I don't know if I would be able to tell if that shank was there or not. Like, I don't know how much that is actually factoring into the walking experience with them. They're nice and light though. They feel very lightweight. They don't look terrible. Actually, I kind of like the crudeness of the shape is starting to grow on me a little bit. It's a little unique. I do wish they had more going on this top strap. This is a little plain here, and just the gloss on it too is very kind of cheap looking, you know. But like, I don't mind this too much now, like having them on foot and walking in them. Even though they initially seemed a little unrefined, they just feel a little more quirky now, and it kind of adds to the uniqueness of the slide. But I do wish that they had more of like an imprint design on the top here or something. If they're not going to have like more ventilation cuts or something, like go a little further with this this relief design element that you've got on the back here. You know, I mean, carry that out further and do something a little more like visually with it. Give it a little more aesthetics. Those would be my recommendations for a future model. If this makes it to the Xenon HQ. And you could probably go up a half size with your sizing, just in general. I would just do that too, just to have a little more of a extra space. I think with this strap being as tight as it is, you could go a little bit roomier with the fit, and they would still be pretty pretty sporty in terms of their fit. Like, these are very sporty with how tight that strap is. So just some initial feedback there. All right, let's get the action angle. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. April Fool, yes sir. All right, let's get some action footage of the Xen Slides. These are actually really comfortable. I'm not experiencing any squeakiness too. They're pretty standard in terms of their loudness. So that top strap does fit a little crudely. So I will give this video some time and allow these to kind of to fit a little better. I'll wear these for the next week or so, and allow them to break in a little bit. That way I give them a fair shake, if that's what's recommended on the website. So we'll wrap this up quickly, and then I'll resume this footage, this recording in like a week or two once they've had time to break in a little more. But my initial first impression isn't too bad. Other than that, the design elements that I've mentioned already, and just that the tightness of that strap, more so towards the back than the front. The front, I got a good amount of space in between my toes and the top, where it's not creating any sort of friction or pressure issues. But that back is rather tight right here. So we'll give that some time to break in, and then resume this video. But so far these are good. I'm digging them. Good job, Xenon and the foot doctor Zach. All right, we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Real quick, the ergos aren't too bad. It's primarily flat. It's relatively flat, but they're soft enough that they've got some squish factor going on, and there is a bit of an arch support there. It's not super pronounced, so if you don't really need much of an arch support, you'll be fine. I mean, if your feet are relatively flat, I mean, it's still flat enough of an insole that it's not gonna mess with you, but it does have enough of an arch support where I'm content. Because if you watch my videos, you know, like a little bit of an arch support, so these do have that. And then there's a little bit of a dip where the toes are, not a lot. And the ball of the foot too does squish down a little bit. So the ergos are pretty good on these, I would say. They're not too bad ergonomically. So, okay, back in a couple weeks. We are here with Bing Shilling. It's very nice out. We're going to go for a walk today. Yes. The sun is shining. It's still a little chilly. It's in the 40s today. But I needed to do a follow-up video on the Xen Slides from Xenon. The Foot Dr. Zach slides. I did the unboxing for these about a week ago. On the 1st, on my birthday, I think today's the 6th. I've been wearing them daily since, when I haven't been working. Trying to break them in, because it recommends to wear them for a week, really to kind of break them in. And I have some thoughts about them after wearing them for the past week, which I think I can share now. I wish they would have broken in a little more by now. They still have the same kind of fitting issues that they had when I first got them. But the fact that they haven't really changed a whole lot in the past week tells me that it's probably going to take a little longer for anything to shift and change on them, if it's going to happen. So we will get to all of that on today's walk with Stella, who seems fixated on probably some other dog's bowel movements. Okay, we are walking now. So these are actually really good. I wish I could like them more than I do though, because of one major flaw And this is probably the component that needs breaking in per the website that's selling them, and that's the top strap. So they've got a dual layer design. Here, I'll shift the footage down so you can see it while I'm talking about it. Okay, so they have a dual layer design. They have a firmer material on the outsole, and that same material also makes the strap. So you can see there, and then they have a softer insole, which is a pretty good design. The Croc Echoes do that. I just reviewed the AG Whale 2, and that also has that type of design with a softer insole. Granted, those are removable. These are not. These are fixed within that shell, that outer shell. So the issue isn't the insole as much as it is the top strap. And it's just, it's kind of a hard edge on the back towards the ankle on the top of it. It flares out enough on the toes so that when it flexes, it's not pressing on the toes. That's not an issue, but it's a little tighter towards the back, towards the ankle on the top here, right here. And it's recording, yep. And it's that edge right there. It's that line that is putting pressure on the top of my foot, and the aspect that needs to be broken in a little more. It's slightly beveled right here, which I don't know if they did that to kind of make it a little thinner there to add a little more flexibility. But it's predominantly on the right slide than it is on the left. The left slide, from the moment I got them, they were a little looser fitting at that specific spot, and on the top strap in general. And the right side is just a little, it's a little tighter. It's a little more taut right there, and it creates a little more pressure on the top of the foot. So it's that specific edge. Like, it's not even the entire strap, it's just that specific back edge that is putting pressure on the top of my foot as I walk. And that is honestly my only negative criticism of these slides. These are actually fantastic slides. Like, I've got the top 5 video coming up in the next couple weeks. And right now, these have kind of been fighting for 5th place on the list. But just that specific aspect of it is, it's teetering on the list. So that's why I was waiting, and I'll still wait to decide on that list. But I think I've got enough time spent with these slides to kind of make I guess just to wrap up there's a low flying propeller plane overhead. I don't know if the audio's picking it up. Here, let me capture it. Let me get it on film. There it goes. It's not even picking up very good. It's so small on here. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So other than that, like, these are really good. I really like the insole on them. Like, that squishier, softer insole is one of the nicer insoles that I've experienced on a slide. So they have a really nice subtle wave texture on the insole also, and it feels really nice underfoot, especially barefoot. That little wave texture there, it just is very very tactically pleasing underfoot. It's not too aggressive, but it's still it's noticeable, so it adds a different like characteristic to the footbed, and it's a pleasant one. Like the the softness is kind of relative to the Croc Echo Slide, but one thing that these do better than the Croc Echo Slide is that texture, that the texturing on the insole, because the Echo has like these little nodules, these little lines on them that can be a little aggressive barefoot, and they're not terrible. I don't mind them, but just this has a more pleasant texture to the footbed than the Echoes do. Come on, you. How you doing? She always likes barking at your, is it a poodle that you have? Okay. Yeah, they like, yeah, they like chatting. So these are pretty good, but one of the other criticisms I have of them is the general form of them. They feel like a prototype. They're not very refined in the overall design of them, and the angles are like what is normally just rounded and curved on other slides. There's these little juts and angles on this slide, so it makes them unique in that aspect. But that coupled with the crudeness, sorry, I'm just like looking straight down at them while I'm talking about them. Here, let me show you. We've got this squared off toe and this like awkward angle right here, and just the space of this outer edge all around here, how it's very inconsistent. Like, I feel like it should be rounded and curve like perfectly with the insole, and that would just be a more like aesthetically pleasing design. Same thing with by the pinky toe. I can't like right here too, how it juts out a little bit too. So I mean, that does provide a little extra splay, I guess you could say, like with the toe box form to it, but just like aesthetically it just looks unrefined, and it they feel like they're still in like prototype mode. And also too with how plain the top strap is, and I think that coincides with like its crudeness of fit and its lack of ergonomics. You know, you don't really think about the top strap as having ergonomics, because most of them do, and you don't think about them. They function properly and do what they're supposed to. Where these, it's just a solid strap of like rubber, you know. And with the outsole of these being a little more like firm, there's another real crude line on these right here. But with this outsole being a little firmer of an EVA, the fact that there isn't any sort of like visual element, like additional like aesthetic cuts in it, or like a relief pattern or something like embedded in that top strap, like it just makes them look like prototypes, you know. Like, I feel like they need to keep working on the design of these. So these are good though. These are definitely kind of a sleeper slide in terms of their quality. Like, I was not expecting them to be this good. So just coming from kind of an off-brand, you know, this company makes like tennis rackets and tennis paddles and stuff. I had never heard of it until I stumbled across it on YouTube, just kind of looking for different slides and stuff. This Xenon Xen Slide popped up. What are you doing, Stella? So I'll try to start incorporating more like walking. Oh, no, don't roll in stuff. Don't roll in stuff. Now that it's getting nice out again, start taking the fat dogs out for walks. Stella's not fat, but Buddy's getting fat. He's getting to be a chubby buddy. Chubby buddy. So I think I think I already talked about the pricing of these in the unboxing video. I think they retail around like 60 bucks. So that's not a bad price for like how good they are. You know, granted all the criticisms with it, those criticisms aren't like, they're not terrible. And I'm still optimistic that this strap will break in a little more. But yeah, these are really good though, aside from all that stuff. I don't really have anything else that I would that I could think of that would improve them other than those aspects. So I'm pretty happy with them. I'm pretty impressed with them. I think they're bringing something different to the table and what all these other shoe companies are doing. Stella, you're being obnoxious. Yeah, I'm gonna break my selfie stick. Oh, don't drink more puddle water. We'll be back home soon. You're being obnoxious, girl. Bing shaling. Bing shaling. So, but yeah, these are pretty good. Like I say with everything. But these are actually really, really good. I'm a big fan of them. We'll see if they make it to the top 5. If not, they definitely are going to have an honorable mention. So, we will wrap this up. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I do appreciate everybody's positive comments. Let me know your thoughts on Dr. Zach's Xen Slide, if you've had any experience with them. It'd be cool if this video made its way to Dr. Zach. You could hear my feedback on these slides, and if they could impact the future design, the future versions of this slide, because they definitely have room for improvement, but they're pretty good from their current standing too. So that's all I have to say. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Drink more bottle water. You're almost home. You're almost home. Oh, that just slid off your butt. That just slid off your butt.